Hello, hello. Good morning. I'm live. A couple people in here. Can you guys see me and hear me okay today? I don't know, I'm on my phone here and they updated StreamYard. It's kind of hard for me to see the comments, but it looks like, hey, Steve's in here. You got coffee in your grafted branch cup? Cool. Where's this? Why won't this go away? 5x5. It looks like Mr. Landfill's in here. I don't know what this is. But I think I shared a link. I don't know what I shared a link to. Oh, sorry. Why won't that go away? It's kind of hard for me to see your all's comments, but welcome. Good to see y'all, whoever's in here. I know a lot of people are busy and have a lot going on. I have too. I missed some of the streams I'm normally in here. Just a lot going on. So today we got a brief one. Little bit. I got some going ons here around the homestead. I'll just update y'all for a moment and what's going on here behind me. How is everyone? How are you doing, Mr. Landfill? I have somewhat of a mail call, so we'll go over that. And then I want to share something neat that I'm doing that excites me here before I hop off. So first of all, how is everyone? I'm going to go grab my water I have sitting over here, and I will be right back. And it looks like I can't see the current comment. It's covered. I can only see the one right before it. I don't know how to fix that. I don't want to kill my stream. But I will be right back. A couple of y'all, huh? Take a look at my plants while I grab my water. There it is. That's lovely. It's about 65 degrees here in New Mexico. It has been sunny. It's going to get up into the 80s probably today. It was up into the like 85, I think, yesterday. So real hot, real nice. I actually put this green tarp on late last night, and then now today it's really overcast. But good day to get things done. So that's what I'll be doing. Hey, looks like CDB's in here as well. Good morning. Can't see that last comment. That's all right. We'll wait a second. That's kind of annoying. I'm gonna have to get that figured out. So we've been doing a lot. My oldest son's been doing a lot with track, and the youngest son, I'm actually very proud of him. He's very talented in music. He's really good at being able to listen to something and play it on a variety of instruments. And so actually this weekend he had a solo ensemble assessment thing there, and really impressed the judge, and I think that's awesome. So it's a cool talent to have. We went to New Jersey last weekend for a vintage. How do I fix these comments? Let's see. I'm not sure how to fix this. I can't read the end of. I'm not be able to read that full comment. Let me see. Hang on, everyone. I'm gonna try something here. Hey, can y'all see me okay? I can read the comments better that way. I'm always squinting in here. Let's see. Let's straighten y'all out. And oh, for a computer festival, and we had a blast. Awesome, B. Can you see me? All right. I changed the orientation. Hopefully, I didn't mess it up. And Steve put a period. You guys rock. See, you knew what I needed, but now I can read the comments. There we go. I'll focus a little bit better. So been doing that with my kids, getting a lot of that done, but that's why I missed some of y'all's streams, and I completely understand, especially this time of year. Everyone is very busy. That's how it should be. I highly encourage that. If you are not, you need to get on moving, because now is the time of year to have your plants going and new birds and starts. I don't know. I have so many plants everywhere, all behind me and inside still, and takes me an hour to move them from inside to outside every day. So last night was the first night they stayed in the greenhouse, which was great. It was, I think it got down to about 55 last night, so everything did fine. Throughout this week, the temperature is going to be tailoring off. We have our last frost date, I think the 20th. And so we'll start planting outside next week, but I will still be bringing these plants indoors at night. And one thing I've noticed is although I sterilize my soil when I plant them, now that they've been coming out here and then back inside, I got these little fruit flies again. So joy. Yeah, safe in my, so everything, our last frost date is normally about the 15th. This year though, next Saturday, it'll drop down into the high 30s at night where we're at, and then it will go up from there. So probably starting next Monday, I'll be able to really leave things outside. And so that coincides with the very end of April here, where I will be pulling up my garlic. Ooh. So all this garlic's going to get harvested about the end of April here, maybe 1st of May, just depending on what I'll be looking for. See, the tops are turning brown, so I want a little bit more of that, and I want them falling down. I want to make sure we get some nice good bulbs. So all that garlic will be coming up, and I'm debating here. I don't know, what do you all think I should do? Let's see. So in that spot, I have several things I can do. I can plant more garlic and get a fall harvest of garlic going, which is great. You can never have too much garlic, right? So that's an option. Or in that, started planting last weekend in Texas. Yeah, that makes sense. So you guys we're about just a couple weeks off there. What are you planning there? And Matt needs to see, I have this button here that sits right over my comments that says share your referral link. And I wish I could get rid of that because it covers up that last comment. Let me see if I can figure this out real quick. General, maybe? Nah, all right. We'll just let it be. That's okay. Yep. So that's when everything will be pretty much going outside here. I need to put an Aaron subscription. I do, yes. I had having a lot of issues. Right now there's a lot going on, but I'm sure there is with everyone. But had some issues with people stealing my debit card number and stuff like that. And so I had to switch that. And then that, of course, it cancels all my subscriptions, and I'm trying to get that back on track. And so I might pick up that Aaron subscription there. I have been looking at it. I still got to get a hold of Aaron to have him help me out with the MPIP. Need to move on that too. The business has been very slow right now. But oh, hey, Aaron, you're in here. Is a subscription a? Okay, I'm going to be putting a little dots in and things, random things in chat, just to move it. There we go. No subscription for tea. Oh, that's a good idea. Is a subscription a thing? Thank you, Steve. I'll figure that one out. But I think so, Aaron. I think I do want to get that going. I keep hoping and saying, well, life will slow down here in a few, and then we'll get going on that. And it seems to just be picking up more and more. So, still working on the silky house, silky coop. All the little birds are chirping inside. They're a couple of weeks old, and they're getting really excited. They'll be coming outside too. Pretty soon, once they're feathered out, the chickens can move outside. So we got 3 Orpington buffs that will be coming out, and 4 silkies that are really cool looking. They're neat colors and all, and I won't show them now, but as they're feathering out, their colors and patterns are showing up. And so we have a lot of cats around, and cats of the feline kind and cats of the human kind that have been coming through the yard, so we've been trying to block off areas and prevent that. And we need to get the silky coop, the run, meshed in or what, with the wire up and all, so the cats can't get in there. So got that going. That's a big project. These plants have just been taking a ton of my time. But it's awesome. I'm glad we got so many. Lots of peppers and tomatoes. You can see we got Castavano Genovese, I think it is. Tomatoes, real big beefsteak ones. We got Abe Lincoln tomatoes. I planted, there's at least, I think, 15 Roma tomato plants back here. Peppers of all varieties. I mean, so much just thyme and cilantro and all kinds of things going. A lot of spinach right now. So that's exciting. Yeah, Aaron, you, I don't complain about being busy in part after watching you and stuff, because holy cow, you got so much going on there. You'll be my first customer. That's a great idea. I'll talk to Farmer Casey about that. Hey, Tracy, good to see you. Your African Gray is watching and chatting. I hear you in being busy. Life has been overwhelming this spring. It gets very overwhelming. Yeah. The count is only at 2 disgruntled customers so far. You're in good shape. Well, I'm surprised you have any. You guys do. Besides the fact that people kind of stink. Cats of the humankind. Yeah. So we have commercial property behind us. We have a lot of homeless. They're homeless, but they're pretty much just junkies and stuff that are around on the streets here. We're in a urban homestead, so we're not the best area. Albuquerque's crime rate is very, very high, actually. The state just recently called in the National Guard to help with crime here. So we're waiting to see that this next week. But there's people been coming over the wall and going through my shed, and so I had to get new locks for that. And then I built some frames, wood frame with big metal panels that slide up over the wall and overhang so that people can't get up on my walls, hopefully. I have, in case, like SHTF type situation, I have a bunch of rolls of Constantine wire and razor wire that would go up on the walls right away. But I can't have that out right now. So, yeah, there is that. Did you get a roux? I do not know yet. I'm not sure. I'm still waiting to see. So I need to, I haven't sexed a chicken. I'll have to look into that. Cilantro, yes. Being busy is good. It is good. I hope everyone's busy. If you're not, then I don't know. Slow down in the afterlife. Yeah. We'll be doing that. All right, cool. So a couple things here, though, besides talking about my plants and other things. Oh, no, I'm shooting the video of it, so I'll put it out if anyone's interested. It's just taken me a long time to do, as all my projects. But I'm also replacing a toilet that's been broken for like a year and a half in our house. So we've been down to one toilet. So I'm finally getting around. I got the toilet. Now I just have to actually do the work on it. So I've been recording that, so anyone that's interested can see how to quickly, easily replace a toilet. It's not hard to do at all. It just takes a little bit of work. But I want to get into a little bit of a mail call, and now this one just came in the Amazon bag with the sticker on it, so I opened it, and it actually came with several pair. So this one, they're dirty, they have food on them, I need to wash. But after my last cooking video where I talked about how much I cut myself and things often, and then probably seeing me on live stream cut myself, Verna actually sent a gift. So we got a little bit of a mail call, and I got 3 pair of these cool gloves in the mail. Thank you, Verna, very much. And so this will save me and Farmer Casey's fingers. And Spicy Mom's pretty good, but so they are these cut gloves, and they're neat because they're not I can move around real easy. They just feel like normal gloves. And I've used them a lot already. You can tell I need to throw them in the wash. But that way I'm not going to nick myself and cut myself. And thank you, Verna, very much. It is very much appreciated. The other thing we got in here came from Papa Pepper. And I wanted to show these. We got a couple books. I've been talking about books a lot lately. And, I really want to finish mine up and get those out there. You should plant paracantha along your walls. It'll stick them. That's a good idea. Thank you, Steve. I hope the toilet pipe wasn't rusted through like you thought. Yeah. I had replaced our other toilet well, a couple years ago here, and the iron pipes, I don't know who came up with the idea of running the pipes through a concrete foundation and not doing a crawl space or something, but I think that is the worst idea ever, because if you ever have a problem, you have to dig up the foundation. And we had in our other bathroom the cast iron pipe that comes down from the toilet and out. Had broken off and it was rusting through. And this house is eventually going to have more problems that way, unfortunately. But I was able to cut it down enough and put a flange in it, so that I didn't have to remove the concrete and all. It could have been a much bigger task. But this other toilet, I haven't pulled it off yet. I've just taken all the water out and done all that. And so I'm not sure. Hopefully I don't run into that problem this time. But anyways, I've been talking a lot about writing books and how that's a great means of getting what you want to say and want to do out there, sharing information. Hey, aquatic news. Howdy. Hey, is this what's your name? Tim, is it Tim? Am I spacing it? Silver Creek? But what's your name? I'm assuming that's you. If so, I'm extremely excited. How do I, let's see. So this is what I want you to do, Aquatic. I want you to type in GBH, as in Grafted Branch Homestead, into the chat, and that's going to drop your channel link so that we can all get over there. I am so glad. Oh, Tommy, there you go. Thank you. I'm so glad to see you. I kept looking for your channel and couldn't find it, and then I had to ask Verna. Had to ask around, and they said you were around, and they said that YouTube thought you were doing graffiti, which is ridiculous. That is. Anyways, cool. Got your link. Awesome. Well, I will be subscribing. No, it's GBH, Grafted Branch Homestead. All right, so I'm going to show these books. Papa Pepper sent over a couple books, and Papa Pepper has put out quite a few books. I think I bought all the ones they put out. So he puts out some more adult ones, and then the ones that I've been buying up too is he has some for like kids books, story books, and things like that. If you guys haven't watched Papa Pepper, you'll have to subscribe to his channel. It's really cool. Got a real big family, and they include them all on the homesteading, and it's neat to watch. So I had gone on, and he had a new book he put out that I wanted to buy. So this one I bought, and it came in the mail, and it's called Love Like His. Let's see. So I haven't read it yet, but I'm excited to. And so I'm excited to read it and see what it's about, and then I will. I guess I will give maybe like a review or something, just kind of what I thought of it. But you guys can pick that up, and so I'm really excited to start reading this one. One he sent though. Oh, I did want to show something though, because he did autograph them, and I thought that was really cool. So for Grafted Branch Homestead crew, enjoy and be blessed, brother. So that's from Kevin there. Thank you very much. And then he sent a cool one here, and I'm going to show you what he wrote first, and then we'll show the book. So I really like their story books that he's put out with his kids and things like that, and they're just so much fun to read. I encourage picking those up. But can Bugger catch a bullfrog? He put for Farmer Casey, sneak peek on upcoming release. So we'll have to be looking for that on his channel. But can Bugger catch a bullfrog? So this is Bugger. That's his kiddo there, one of them. And there's just neat pictures through and story. And he has those at a really reasonable price. I think he undercharges for his books. But cool. So those came in. I'm excited to do that. So that's our little bit of our mail call. Yeah, he does really neat spray paint art, but YouTube's ridiculous. All right. The other thing I wanted to talk about here, and 19 minutes, I should hit about my half an hour thing. Oh, okay. I didn't know if you wanted to explain it or not. I'm sorry there, Tommy. But I was making paintings with spray paint, but I always used your own mediums, never graffiti. Yeah, I watched. I loved them. Yeah. YouTube's ridiculous. You've mentioned things and they'll take your videos down, and sorry about that on their behalf. I get copyrighted for so many things. I've made my own music and they've copyrighted things. Like half my videos have copyrights on them. And even the software I use that I purchased that has music in it that I can use, and it says I don't have to say that's where it's from, but I will on a lot of them, and it still copyrights it. So I don't know. For your own art, they copyright. Yeah, YouTube's ridiculous. It is. I don't know what to tell you. All right, so something I'm excited about, and this I get to do again this year, and I think is really cool. It's in part why I do all this, for the family. There's lots of reasons, but something that excites me, I guess, is I have a buddy I've known most of my entire life, and we don't talk too much. We live busy lives, but one thing I get to do for him and his daughter that I think is really cool is I get to go over in the spring, and he has me come over, and he asked me to do it, and I just think it's so cool, so I do. I go over and I basically build out a garden for them. He lives in an apartment, has a small area, real small area, but I get to bring over some of our compost and different things like that, and he picks out different plants that he would like to have, and so some of those are in here. We got an Abe Lincoln tomato and summer squash and some jalapenos and things that will go in his little area, and so I grow those plants out here where I can, and then in a couple weeks here I'll go to his house and I'll get to join him and his daughter, his young daughter, and build out their garden and put in some plants and talk about that. And so that's something that, of course we do here with Farmer Casey and our family, and like to stress the importance of getting back to where things come from and all that, and doing the plants and animals and stuff. And so being able to go and share that with him and his family and do that for him is something really cool. It really excites me to get to do that. So I get to go provide that for them. And that's just something I think is way cool. So I have to share. I do know that after a video has been up for a year, they recheck it for copyrights. Oh. And give the lister who made the music the option to copyright. So I have a question then, Tommy. If they give the lister the option, if they want to claim on that copyright, if it's your own art and own music, do they contact you? Can you claim on that copyright? Yeah, the internet's ridiculous. I also encourage everyone to watch my videos, but at the same time, I encourage everyone to get away from YouTube at least a little bit this week and get away from your phone and the internet. Get outside, do some planting, listen to the birds, maybe lay in the grass. That's such a wonderful Matt. What a blessing for him. I hope so. It's a blessing for me, for sure. I'd like to do it for more people. It would be really cool to add someone else or another family that I could go and do that for, maybe have a couple of them. But for now, exactly. That's why I got tired of fighting with them. Yeah, I do too. I just delete things. I'm not monetized, so I don't care, really. I guess someday I'll care more. Ooh, there's lots of little birds flying around. I love watching the little wild birds, but at the same time, they pull out all the worms and new starts and things. New venture on conservation efforts. Oh, neat. Okay, cool. Sorry, the sun's kind of in my eyes. I'm always squinting when I'm in the greenhouse here. Listen to the birds. Yeah. The chickens are real quiet today. The little ones inside are not quiet, though. They want to be outside, definitely. So I might bring some of them, it's overcast. I might bring the little silkies out to play in the grass here for a little bit. I just leave. So I like using the dog kennels for brooders. They work really good, especially with the chickens, I think, if you're only doing a couple of them. So the dog kennels or cages, so the wire mesh ones. Then I can just remove the bottom and bring those out and set it in the grass so they can pick the grass and have some fun and do that there. Let's see. I guess I can walk around and show. There's not a whole lot going around on our little urban homestead, but we can do a little walk. Your quail barn's quite loud. Woo, it's getting overcast. Overcast and windy, so it's very shady in here. I probably wouldn't have put up this shade cloth last night had I paid more attention to the weather. The little birds will be moving outside soon. When they're fully feathered, they can come outside. Now I'm going to be introducing them in with the other flocks, so I do want to make sure their size and all that is good, so they're not picked on. So what's going to happen is I need to get the Silky Run finished. Their house is just about there, so I need to finish that up too. But those are two big projects that now need to really take priority so I can get those silkies out. My goal is to have all the little birds outside by mid to end of May. That's probably going a little long, but that gives me a little bit more time to get some infrastructure and projects finished so I can finish up the silky stuff. Then I'm going to move the silkies out. Now I have 3 silkies right now, and I'm introducing 4. So the ones I'm introducing outnumber the older ones. That will help in them not being picked on, as their little group's the bigger one. Silkies are also smaller in general. They're smaller chickens, so the size difference isn't quite so big between the littler ones and the big ones. So they will be moved out a little bit sooner. And how I'll do that is I'll set up the new silky house and run, and I'll get that all nice and going, and then I will put the old silkies in there with the new silkies pretty much at the same time. That's something, hey, you can come out if you want. That's something I do with the quail when I'm introducing them, is I try and kind of overwhelm them, a lot of newness and stuff, so that they don't worry. You want to say hi? Hi. It's Sunday, so Farmer Casey's still in PJ's. Huh? You want some? Oh, I dropped my mic. Here we go.
I'm making an omelet.
You're making an omelet? Well, yeah. Let's see. Ducks, definitely. I would love ducks. Making them a tractor or a coop. Oh yeah, not a tractor, but it's a coop that's movable. Yeah, thanks, Steve. I've talked about it so much. It's been my like 1.5-year project here. Everything I'm building on the urban homestead now, I'm building to either be movable, so it can be loaded on a trailer, or taken down, so like panels that are bolted together. That is because we are hoping to be on land soon. We're believing for that, and we will be. And so while I don't want to stop projects now, because I think it's important to have these things, I do want to be able to take them with me. So the silky house, see, I don't know if you can hear the alarm going off over the wall. There's probably homeless people over there. So the silky house itself is the size so it can be loaded onto a trailer. The nesting box unbolts and comes off. So does the porch. So it's 3 pieces, and then it's up on wheelbarrow wheels, so it can be rolled. The silky house, once I finish here, as soon as I do, will be rolled onto its little concrete platform where it will sit. The run is built in panels that will bolt into the frame. So it's not a tractor. I don't have enough land for a tractor. I would love to do that, but I just don't have the space for it right now. He just came to the grocery store. Yep, we do that. So it's neat. So actually, we also have right now Passover, unleavened bread, and first fruits is all going on. So we're celebrating those. And in our Passover meal, one of the things we do is we have different fresh bitter herbs and parsley and things. And I thought it was really neat because it's really cool for me to see increasingly more that as we do dinners or special things and we need stuff, just being able to come outside and grab it is awesome. And getting those fresh herbs. We made a turkey too, and it was, we can come get the thyme and the sage and rosemary and all that, throw it in there like a grocery store. And that is fun. So parsley or cilantro. The parsley's over there. I think I hear Casey coming. Casey, do you need more? Yeah. Oh, I see. So we'll get a whole bunch of cilantro. Go grab me a piece of the parsley over there, would you? While I do this, thank you. It looks like the cilantro, kind of. It's over there. It's a little bushier. It's just sitting on the other side of the screen house. Is that enough, do you think, for salsa? There we go. There's my parsley. Thanks, Steve, for moving that along. Smart, you're on skids with your cabin and sheds, so you can move them. Yeah, I think having things be able to move is definitely a plus. I like eating parsley. I like eating the cilantro too, but good stuff. So I need to get that done in these next few weeks. I need that make that priority. And so then the silkies will all be moved out together. They'll be confused together, and I'll monitor them, and they'll set their pecking order, of course, and then we'll see how that goes. I don't know if I have a rooster there yet either. Again, I haven't ever sexed a chicken, so I'm just kind of waiting to see. Till it crows, I guess. So the Orpington Buffs, the 3 of those, they're bigger chickens. Now, Orpington Buffs are pretty gentle ones, but I have a mixture of birds right now, of gentle birds and aggressive ones, which is not very good, but I am still debating whether I'm going to split my flocks. So I'm thinking about taking Betty, my old Orpington Buff, and putting her with the 3 new Orpingtons, because I'd really like to start a flock of Orpington Buffs and separating those. If I do that, I have to build another chicken house and chicken area. And so I'm not sure exactly where that would be or how that would look. So the easier thing for me to do would be to just integrate the 3 Orpingtons in. And how I'll do that is the area behind my quail shack. Well, let's take a walk. All right. Okay, we'll stop over here real quick. Look at my yarrows coming in. Yeah, yarrow. Yarrow's awesome. And there's spinach and peas, lettuces, and walking onions, and peach tree. Here's a blackberry bush. Lots of peppermint everywhere. Helps keep away bugs, mice, things like that. There's one of the silkies. Hey there, Nikki. So we'll move. There we go. Shut the gate. This window could be closed. Let's open that up. There we go. Okay, so right now the silkies have been living back here in this temporary. Why do you have a bag? We get a lot of trash blows in this yard. Anyways, give me here. Give me that, you. You guys got a bunch of trash. Anyway, so they've been living back here. They've been all right with it, but it's not ideal. So, of course, I've been building their coop. Put this over here. Okay. Oh, trash blows around. Jeez. This one's molting. Anyways, once their coop is done, that's going to be the house that's here. And here's going to be where the run is, where you can see. And so the Orpington Buffs will go back in here. I'll get this all nice and cleaned out. And before they actually go into with the other chickens, they'll be in here. And they'll roam around, and I'll remove, so you can see that chicken peeking through. I'll remove that black piece there, and that's so they can see each other through there. And then this is actually on hinges, so that will swing open. And so I'll introduce them like that until they are fully integrated into that flock. Huh, Solo? Solo says, yep. All right. So that's how that will work. And I'll just show the little house again. I don't know. I'm sure I've showed it a million times, but here's the quail shack. There's these other chickens. They're all hanging out over here right now. But they have this run. I have a pretty good area. If I split the flocks, I could probably cut this run in half and run it down. And then maybe put another chicken house over here. I don't know. We'll see. I'm kind of running out of space. This is garden space, and this is kind of a microclimate over here. It gets much cooler and shadier than the rest. So this is great for growing cucumbers and different things like that. Okay, I'm going to head back over here. Ha! Look at the grapes are coming in. Concord grapes. Yum, yum, yum. Okay. We got a lot of plants on a little space. They're kind of tucked in everywhere. Look, there's potatoes. All right, let's go. The hibiscuses are coming in really good too, and I got more lamb's ear, yarrow, all kinds of things. This tree here is awesome. It's ornamental tree, but it's actually a river birch too, so that has medicinal uses. This is our parsley. Bunching onion. Okay. And all kinds of things. I don't know. There's things all over. All right. I like to build. It is something I love to do. Casey's favorite grapes. Casey's favorite grapes are the muscadines. They're actually over on the other end over there. But So look at all these little plants. I really enjoy all the new starts. It's a good time of year. Um, I like it because growing plants, well, there's lots of reasons, but one of the reasons is I like that they generate forced patience, if you will. In the world we live nowadays, everything's so quick and instant and needing to change every few seconds, and people's attention spans, and uh, you can play games, and people will pay extra to make things go faster, and all that. But with plants, there's really only so much you can do to make them grow faster. Now, of course, there's a whole lot of, I guess, science behind what you can do with lighting and nutrients. Thank you, Stella, and all that. So there is a lot you can do, but really, you just plant it, and you got to be patient, and you got to wait, and you got to do the things daily, and take care of them and look at them and tend to them. If you really want a good garden, now you can just throw seeds out too, and sure, those can grow too. Volunteer plants are awesome, but plants are cool. This one here is a banana pepper. Got a bunch of banana peppers. Let's see. So I like these containers. This is the first year we've used these, and they're pretty wet. I overwatered a little bit. I think this is a banana pepper too. Oh, nope, that's a habanero. I overwatered thinking that it would get real hot in here and evaporate off, but hasn't done so much. Makes you look bad. I don't know about that, Steve, but it's not professional. I'm sure your things look great. And some of mine do not. I show the ones I like to show. There's some things like I'm looking at right now, which a little wall I put to keep the cats out. It's kind of janky. But here's another Roma. There we go. Let's see what else. Oh, look, I got this year we did different type of cucumber. My wife wanted to try something different. So this is a cucumber, and so it's got a nice vine on it. So I want to make sure I put them outside when the temperature's not dropping below the mid to upper 50s there. It needs to be in the 50s at least. And this will go out, and this is going to go in that microclimate area. Now this is a dragon's egg cucumber. So they kind of look like little eggs almost. They're like a whitish green and like an eggplant shape. And they're supposed to be really good. I trust my wife. She says, well, it's going to be good. So we do have these going. I also have some pickling cucumbers. Now those are going to be just direct sow, unless I can get them started inside and give them a couple weeks inside. We'll see. But I'm going to be doing a lot of pickling cucumbers up the front of that bird area there. The birds are starting to go now. Been pulling off flowers. That's another thing important if you're doing right now and you got the little plants going like this, is you need to be pulling off the suckers on your tomato plants. Also pulling off those flowers. And again, I said last week, this is something that people don't like to do. They get really excited when it starts fruiting and flowering. But when they're in this stage, you don't want that right now, because all that energy in that plant's going to be going into that fruit. Whereas what it should be going into is building a nice strong root structure, a strong stem, all that. So let me show here. I got a good example, actually. Stand up so I don't drop it. I'm going to show you guys here suckers. I know Aaron did a great video on pruning the tomatoes. That was really, really good job there. So I do encourage everyone to go, if you haven't checked out Guidrill's Family Farms, go over there and check out his video. But he did a really cool one on tomato pruning and all. But what you're looking for, I just looked back. This is a Genovasco tomato plant. It's like a big beefsteak. But I look back, and this is a good example. So this here is a sucker. And so this will grow off on another branch, and it will fruit, and it will do all that. But it's going to suck a lot of the energy from the plant. So if you want a better, fuller harvest, you're going to delay it a little bit. Or you're going to pull off all these suckers. So I just pop that right off. It's best to do it with some scissors or something so you get a clean cut. But we'll pop those off. That way the energy is not going into that. It's going into the main stem of the plant, into the main part of the plant, into the growing top, and into the fruit that's going to be on it. Now this one actually, sorry, it's waving a lot. I don't know how well you can see, but right here, we have a little start of some flowers too. So you can see a little bud. I'll pull it off and show you. And that's what I'm talking about. You want to pull those off right now. See? So we'll pop those off, and I'll come through and do that on all these plants. That way they don't turn into a big mess. Whew, I'm sinking. I got gravel floor in here. So I'm sinking down. Muscadine jelly. We have never gotten, I don't think we've actually really like harvested and collected the muscadine grapes. Casey eats them off the plant as they grow, as they're ready. And it's pretty much his plant. We have one muscadine grape and he just devours those. Which is fine. Those are his. He can do that. Let's see. I'm going to throw down here. If you all are wondering or want to post what your weather is, you can type weather in your zip code or your city or state, something like that. And that will give the weather. And then Aaron's saying tomato pruning is your favorite. Really, I hate it. I absolutely hate it. Casey loves it. So we had 2 years ago, Farmer Casey, or a couple of years ago, Farmer Casey learned about picking the suckers off and about pruning. Well, it was several years ago, I guess, but he went through and was doing a great job. And then he began pruning the tops of the tomato plants off as well, because they can look like a sucker. And so we had some issues there, but he learned, and we actually all learned. And so that was a good opportunity. Weather right here, cloudy with the temperature of 72, a little bit of wind going. Your plants there, Aaron, look great. Your weather is awesome. So your growing season is pretty much year round, right? Or you have like 2 big ones with just a little winter in there in between? I know down in Texas where my dad's at, they he says he gets 2 growing seasons in there. There's a lot to gardening. I think it's funny when people just say, oh, well, if I need to, I will. I'll throw the seeds in the ground and we'll have tomatoes and all that. And there's just so much to it. You're always learning about when to plant what where, and even just on the particular plot of land you're on, you're learning how to work that land and what needs to be done there. Oh, look, Spicy Mom's coming. And we still got a couple people in here. I am going to be hopping off, though, in a moment. Let's see here. What do you got? Ooh, let's see. You want to show everyone?
Show me.
Huh?
Show me.
Don't show you. All right, let's see what we got. You want to tell her? Here, I'll hand you the mic and you can tell everyone what it is.
It's avocado jalapeno matza with a fried egg. With a lot of the cilantro thing.
Cilantro, avocado. Can I try it? Cilantro, avocado, and jalapeno, you said?
Yeah, almost like a guac. It was just.
So it's like a guac, and we got it here on our matzah, our unleavened bread. A little bit of egg on this one. Oh, wow.
I was dipping the egg.
That is interesting. Jalapeno, cilantro,
It's
black.
guacamole.
Why did you put something else in it, though?
Feta.
Is there feta in it? Okay, I see. I knew there was some. I was like, it's creamier and a little bit. Well, that's really good. On this, it's good too. And a little bit of your egg. Sorry.
Hey.
We've been eating so many eggs. Well, that's good breakfast.
But I was coming to tell you the cilantro case.
Mr. Landfill says yum. Yeah, it was where all that came from. Oh, that's really tasty, though. It almost tastes like, what's that they put in the gyros or the heroes or whatever it's called? That, they put dill and, what's that stuff they make, you know? It's that sauce. Almost tastes like that, almost.
I kind of know what you're talking about, but
I can't think of what that name is. Yeah, that's okay. Aaron's got 360-day growing season. Oh, wow. So you're missing out on a week there. That's a bummer. Wow. That's cool. So we have about 180 days where we're at. So we're about half of yours. And of course, I want to extend that with the greenhouse. The greenhouse has really helped out with the new plant starts, with being able to bring them out here and get them acclimated. And then through the summer as well. It doesn't cool and doesn't maintain heat quite like a greenhouse should, though, so I got to work on those things. But hopefully we'll be able to extend our growing season out. Oh, so we I've talked about on stream before, but we have a little Roadrunner family that lives in our front yard. And I didn't see them last year, and I thought the cat had got them, and I was really bummed about that. But this year they're back. Don't know if it's the same little Roadrunner family, but there's a little Roadrunner family that lives out in the front yard in the bush there. So I see them going through the yard, and they get the lizards and things that I like in the garden. But I really like the Roadrunners, so I don't mind. We let them hang out. When they were living here before, they would be in the front yard up on the trash can, just hanging out while we were home in the garden. Cool. All right. Well, I am going to leave the next 2-3 minutes to any questions anyone may have, comments, things you got going on or want to say, and then I'll hop off. We're not going to do a live stream next Sunday. Just it's going to be really busy, and a lot of people are. I do want to do a fireside chat this week. That's the goal. And it will either be probably a Wednesday night or do it Saturday night after Aaron's stream. We'll see. I need to look at a few things. But tzatziki. Is that tzatziki sauce? You got it. You know what I was talking about. That stuff's good. Kind of tastes. What I'm hearing kind of tasted like that a little bit. Yeah. Cool. I hope you all have a fantastic week. Hope you do the things and keep yourselves busy. It's a blessing to be busy. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for supporting me. If you would give a thumbs up, I appreciate that. I used to say give a thumbs up or thumbs down. I don't care, whatever you feel. But I like how Aaron says it better. So I say you just if you're here, give me a thumbs up. All right. Y'all have a good one. Have a good, blessed week, and we will see you next time. So low.